move.
Monster Jam fans, tonight we have a special debut welcoming a truck making its first appearance at the North American home of JCB right here in Savannah. Please welcome your 2023 World Finals Racing Champion, Tristan England, JCB Tigatron.
Savannah, it's time to get loud and say it with me. This is Monster Jam. So let's kick things off with the JCB Racing Competition. This is a bracket-style elimination tournament where our drivers will be facing off head-to-head. We're going to follow that bracket from round one onto the semifinals and then onto the JCB Racing Finals, where the fastest two will compete for the first 8 points towards the overall event championship. So, who's ready for JCB Racing? Coming up first, from Howell, Michigan, it's John Zimmer Jr., Terminal Velocity. And his opponent from Clarion, Pennsylvania, Tony Oaks, Thunder Roris. Your winner, Terminal Velocity. After a weekend off, the truck looks fast, John Zimmer Jr. looks fast, and Terminal Velocity will be moving on to the semifinals. Up next, we've got an all-Texas showdown. Up first, from Rockport, Texas, Alex Barton, Just Get Her Done 2. His opponent, representing Paris, Texas, 2023 Racing World Champion, Tristan England, JCB Digatron. There's your winner, JCB Digatron. Tristan England has always been fast, he's always been skillful, he's always been confident, but ever since that World Championship, he has gotten better and better. He is your winner. He is moving on to the semifinals. Coming up next, also racing out of Howell, Michigan, it's John Zimmer Uproar. And from Green Bay, Wisconsin, Brandon Telechka, Megalodon. Your winner, Megalodon. A good race and a close finish, but in the end, the win goes to Megalodon as Brandon Telechka will move on to the semifinal round. From Oskaloosa, Iowa, Tyler Menninga, Gravedigger. And his opponent, racing out of Orlando, Florida, Logan Ashline, Monster Mutt Dalmatian. Your winner is Gravedigger. Great effort right there from Logan Ashline, but in the end, it is too much Tyler Menninga, and he will take the win. Before we get underway with the Final Four here in the JCB Racing competition, let's take a quick look back and see how we got here. In race number one, it was Terminal Velocity able to take down Thunder Roris, and we saw JCB Digatron make short work of Just Get Her Done 2. And we had a close race between Megalodon and Uproar, with Megalodon taking the win. And from moments ago, like I mentioned, good effort there from Monster Mutt Dalmatian, but just too much Tyler Menninga as Gravedigger will will move on, and the final four of the semifinals is set.
This is the JCB Racing semifinal round. The fastest four drivers of the event have advanced to this round, and their winners will continue to the final round and compete for the racing win and the first 8 points of the event. So, Savannah, who is ready for more JCB Racing?
Great energy right there to kick off the semifinals, and we've got a great matchup between a former Rookie of the Year and a former World Champion. It's Terminal Velocity versus JCB Digatron. Great race, your winner, JCB Digatron. The closest race of the night so far, but in the end, the world champion shows why he was able to do just that. Tristan England takes his position atop center pod as JCB Digatron is moving on to the finals. Now it's time to see who he'll be facing off against. Our next matchup is set between Megalodon and Gravedigger. Your winner, Gravedigger. Tyler Meninga, too smooth, too fast. He moves on to the finals. Ladies and gentlemen, the stage was set for an unbelievable matchup, and we still may see it. But if you take a look out on the track, you can see JCB Digatron having some issues, it looks like, with the rear steer. You can see the way all four BKT tires are not lined up perfectly straight, and Tristan England trying to drive through it. Now the question becomes, will the rear steer cooperate and allow him to compete? He looks locked in as we take a live look inside the cab of the JCB Digatron. And most importantly, will the Monster Jam officials deem that that truck can compete? And I have been given word that he will, in fact, be able to compete here in the final round of racing. So, Savannah, are you ready to meet your final contenders? Coming up first, there he is, your 2023 Racing World Champion, Tristan England, JCB Digatron. His opponent looking for racing win number 30 on the season, Tyler Meninga, Gravedigger. Savannah, let's go racing! Maybe a little bit of a staging battle on our hands. It looks like they're locked in. Let's go! There is your winner, Gravedigger. What an effort right there from the ultimate competitor in Tristan, England. But you can see that truck definitely not 100%. But meanwhile, the man on the other side of the starting line is no slouch in his own right. Racing win number 31 of 2024 for that man, Tyler Meninga, Gravedigger.
You know, we talk about the greatest rivalry in motorsports being Gravedigger and Max D, and I think we're seeing now maybe our version of this decade's greatest rivalry, because you and Tristan at the line, electric, came off with the win. What's it like racing that guy?
Man, this is awesome. We're good friends off the track, and I've been a thorn in his side all year long, and I don't plan on stopping anytime soon. This may be the home of JCB. We love those guys, but you know what? I'm bringing Digger time here tonight for Savannah. Are you guys having fun at Monster Jam here tonight?
You are on track. The pace has been set here by you. We're going into the Great Clips Two-Wheel Skills Challenge. This dirt is tacky. This is something crazy right here. Is it going to work in your favor?
Yeah, you know what? This dirt is actually really tacky. It's kind of weird. It's rutted up. It's a little slick in spots, and it's a little tacky in spots. But you know what? The Great Clip Skills Challenge is coming up next, and that is perfect, ideal conditions for the Monster Jam Skills Challenge. I can't wait, man. We're just getting started here at Monster Jam. Savannah, let me hear you guys.
Take a look up at the video board. Check out the super glue glued to the action replay. Tyler Meninga and Gravedigger looking smooth like he has so many times here in 2024 as he takes a decisive victory. And with that said, we will take our first look at the BKT overall event standings. And of course, with that win, you're going to find Gravedigger right at the top with 8 points. He is followed by JCB Digatron with 7 points. And there you can see the recovery team, the JCB Dirt Squad, taking that Monster Jam truck back to the crash area to see if they can get Tristan England back for the next competition. Then we have a tie between Megalodon and Terminal Velocity, each with 4 points apiece. They're followed by Just Get Her Done 2, Monster Mutt Dalmatian, Thunder Roarus, and Uproar with a little bit of work to do. They've got 2 points for now, but still plenty of points up for grabs. Anybody can walk away with that overall event championship. Coming up next, we are going to see the Great Clips Two-Wheel Skills Challenge. And this is where you're going to see some of the most technical moves in our sport put on full display. Our drivers have 2 opportunities to wow you with their best two-wheel maneuver. You might see things like nose wheelies, moonwalks, bicycles. You may even see a trick that you have never seen before. And get your cell phones out, because it's all going to come down to your scores. Coming up next with the Great Clips Two-Wheel Skills Challenge.
Before we get into the next competition, I'm hanging out with the fans, and I had to choose a super fan right over here. This is my friend. This is Branson. Everybody say hi, Branson. Branson, you having a good time, man?
Yes, sir.
How many times have you been out to Monster Jam?
This is my first time.
First time. What do you think so far? It's pretty cool?
Yeah.
Yeah? Well, I was hoping that you can help me out with a game, Branson. It's called JCB Truck and Pals Racing Showdown. Game is very simple. We're going to put 3 trucks on the board. You're going to pick one to win. You think you can do it?
Yeah.
All right, so here are the trucks on the board. We have JCB Digatron taking on Zombie. And, of course, you got the last one there, Mohawk Warrior. So which one do you think it will be?
JCB.
He says Digatron. Well, let's find out. Let's get this thing going. Branson watching on. We got Son of a Digger on the board, taking on Zombie and JCB Digatron. So let's see who takes this thing. Branson, all eyes on you. I'm walking out of the frame, man. Here we go. Uh-oh. JCB cutting off just a bit slow, but no, still holding off. Zombie takes the lead. Will we have a photo finish? JCB might be taking it at the end. They get the jump. JCB takes the victory. Branson, congratulations. You got it right, man. You know, I saw you fixing your hair for the camera earlier, so I got something for you. Here is a hat for you right here, man. So you can throw that on, make the hair nice and looking good. All right, buddy? And there you have it. We're still playing more games. Y'all make some noise for Branson. And there it was. That was Truck and Pals Racing Showdown.
Well, all the Monster Jam trucks but JCB Digatron are ready for our second competition. I'll give you an update on what's going on here in just a moment. So right now we're going to do a quick Monster Jam Truck Parts 101. Right now I'm holding a master cylinder. There's usually two of them. They're connected to what we call the brake bias, and then that connects everything to your brake pedal. What that brake bias does is connected right here at the very end, and what it does is acts like a teeter-totter, and there's brake fluid in this master cylinder on both sides. So what happens is, depending on what your Monster Jam drivers want, they tell their technician, hey, I want more braking in the front, or I want more braking in the back. And when that brake bias teeters left or right, then it tells this master cylinder where to send that brake fluid. So that is just a little truck parts, Monster Jam Truck Parts 101.
Without further ado, we are going to get back behind the wheel of those amazing Monster Jam trucks with the aforementioned Great Clips Two-Wheel Skills Challenge. And like I said before, this competition is all in your hands at judgeszone.com. But for how that's going to work, let's kick it down to Ray Villarreal. Ray, what do you got for us?
That's right. It's all up to the people right now, John. We saw the drivers take the lead, but now the scoring is up to you. I need you to get out your phones because for the rest of the night, that scoring is up to you. Head on over to judgeszone.com. You see that? There's going to be a code that pops up on the screen. You will type in the code SAV. From there, you will score based on the driver's runs out there on the track. So you'll slide the BKT tire up and down based on what you think those scores deserve. So you guys got it, Savannah? Judgeszone.com, BKT tire up and down. The scoring is up to you. And now it's time for our next competition. We got the Great Clips Two-Wheel Skills Challenge. Let's do it.
We're going to start things off in a big way with Tony Oaks, Thunder Roris. Look at the balance right there from Tony Oaks. Thunder Roris still with one attempt remaining. Let's make some noise for Thunder Roris. Tony Oaks leaving his Monster Jam truck to a great ovation, and no doubt why. Check out the Super Glue Glued to the Action replay, but don't look too long. Make sure that your phones are out in your hand and you are scoring at judgeszone.com. That 20 seconds starts as soon as the run is over, and it can just fly on by. So I would never tell you to stop applauding, especially a run like that, but you've got to make sure that you lock in those numbers for the first time here tonight. Let's see what you came up with for Thunder Roaris. 7.630. That is your score to beat. Score to beat has been set with a 7.630, and coming up next, there he is, Alex Barton, Just Get Her Done 2.
Scoring is now open. Head on over to judgeszone.com and lock in those scores for Get Her Done.
Alex Barton going twice to the log stack, and there you can see the Super Glue Glued to the Action replay. For me, the highlight was definitely that second attempt, getting a little bit more vertical position, getting up on the nose, that sort of handstand in a Monster Jam truck. First one didn't go exactly the way he was looking for, but that's part of the reason why these drivers get 2 attempts. In the meantime, let's check out your scores from judgeszone.com. Only a 3.273. That is not going to get it done here tonight. Score to beat will continue to belong to Thunder Roaris. Coming up next, John Zimmer, Uproar.
Scoring is now open. You guys know what to do. Head on over to judgeszone.com. Once again, that code is SAV, and lock in those scores for Uproar.
Yes, indeed. You are locking in those scores for the veteran John Zimmer and Uproar. We see 2 forward popper attempts, but this time off of 2 different obstacles. Maybe didn't like what he felt in the first one, and that's why there are so many obstacles and options around the arena pod that you see here. Lock those scores in. As a matter of fact, I hope you did, because time is up. Let's see what you came up with. 3.029, only enough for third place right now, which means that your score to beat still belongs to Thunder Roaris. Here comes Logan Ashline, Monster Mutt Dalmatian. Live looking right there at the score to beat and the woman behind the wheel. Let's see what she has in attempt number 2.
Head on over to judgeszone.com. Lock in those scores. It is now open. Savannah, you know what to do. Code SAV. Judgeszone.com.
We have seen a lot of those forward poppers, and maybe that has to do with the condition of the track, the dirt, a little bit more of that Georgia clay. It's tacky, it can be a little sticky, it can do some tricky things here in a technical competition like the Great Clips 2-Wheel Skills Challenge. But no matter, I hope you locked in those scores for the big dog, Monster Mutt Dalmatian. Let's check in. 5.019, second place right now, and a good ovation to go along with it for Logan Ashline and Monster Mutt Dalmatian. Trying to make it 2 in a row, it's the 2023 two-wheel world champion, Tyler Menninga, Gravedigger. Tyler Menninga measuring off for something special. Not sure if that's what he was going for, but still impressive nonetheless. He has one attempt to go.
Score now, score now, score now. Judgeszone.com. Two great maneuvers from Tyler Menninga, Gravedigger. When that score is up to you, lock them in. Judgeszone.com.
Back-to-back bicycle attempts, one of the hardest tricks in the game. You're throwing that Monster Jam truck off of its center of gravity before settling it back down on all 4 tires. That first one, definitely the highlight. Able to combo from the bicycle into that standing wheel stand, getting it up on the back tires and walking it out. The question now becomes, was it enough to give Tyler Menninga the top spot? The score to beat right now is with Thunder Roris. It's a 7.630. Your score for Gravedigger is... Yes, indeed. New leader, 8.161. Tyler Menninga now in your top spot. 3 competitors still remain, however, here in the two-wheel skills challenge. The first of which, John Zimmer Jr., Terminal Velocity. Look at the balance right there from John Zimmer Jr. When will he set that truck down? The answer after he walks it across the pod, and he still has one attempt remaining. Let's see what he's got.
Scoring is now open. Head on over to judgeszone.com. It's open for the next 20 seconds. And lock in those scores for John Zimmer Jr. Terminal velocity.
That is a great run from start to finish. Unbelievable control right there from John Zimmer Jr. He may be young, but he is wise beyond his years behind the wheel of a Monster Jam truck. Specifically, in that second attempt, he goes for the bicycle. Doesn't go his way, but he is able to make something out of nothing. Will it be enough now for that top spot? Score to beat with Gravedigger, 8.161. If that ovation is any indication of a new leader, let's find out. Your score for terminal velocity is... Yes, indeed. New leader, John Zimmer Jr. Believe it or not, Savannah, we still have two more competitors coming your way. Up next, it's Brandon Toluchka, Megalodon. Brandon Toluchka loves tearing Megalodon apart. He gets the nose, he gets the tail, and he has one attempt to go.
Have ourselves a tough competition. Once again, it is up to you. Judgeszone.com is open for 20 seconds to lock in the scores for Megalodon at Judgeszone.com.
A tough competition indeed. It seems to be getting a bit tighter here in those last few runs. Scores going up and up. And that is thanks to you and your hard work over at Judgeszone.com. Now you're scoring for Brandon Toluchka. He took a competition win here in Great Clips 2-Wheel Skills Challenge twice last weekend. Let's check out your scores for Megalodon here tonight. A good score, but it is not enough. Fourth place for Megalodon. And it seems like whatever was ailing the man you see on the big screen, his crew was able to work quickly to make sure that he can compete here in the second competition. You see him rolling in from the crash area all the way outside, and that is the score to beat that he has to contend with, a big number, 9.261. Of course, hats off to his crew and all of the UNOH technicians in the back. And while we have the opportunity, let's shout out the folks over at Low Country JCB. Monster Jam trucks are built by JCB. Dig deeper, lift higher, and move more with the official heavy equipment partner of Monster Jam. And here he is, Tristan England, JCB Digatron. I don't know if you can see it, Monster Jam fans. There it is, Tristan England with the steering wheel off. While he is on the nose, he is holding it in his left hand out of that Monster Jam truck, and he is still on those front BKT tires. Able to combo, one attempt remains for Tristan England.
Savannah scoring is now open. Lock in the scores for the last time this competition. And give it up for JCB Digatron. John, that was amazing. What an entrance for Tristan England.
Making his way all the way back. An unbelievable display of skill indeed, Ray. He goes on the front BKT tires. He's able to combo twice to the rear wheels, really getting 4 moves for the price of 1. And don't forget, he's able to execute that first nose wheelie with the steering wheel detached from the Monster Jam truck. His work is done, and now it's up to the Monster Jam fans at judgeszone.com. The score to beat is a 9.261 with terminal velocity. Tristan England flashing 10s on the board. What will it be? Your score for Digatron is not quite enough. So close. 9.175. Second place for the man on the screen. And that means that your winner is John Zimmer Jr. Terminal Velocity.
John, we know that this is the competition that you excel in. I mean, we have seen time and time again you pulling off some great moves. You had some great execution here. Congratulations on your first 8 points.
You know, this is my very first time in Savannah, and I'm having a blast and picking up 2-wheel after watching that crazy run by Tristan. Man, I'm so grateful. This is awesome to me. Hoping that we can keep this rolling into the next half of the event. Man, I'm on such a high right now. This is sick.
It looks like your truck sits a little bit wider than the rest of our Monster Jam trucks. Is that helping you with the stability, especially this type of dirt?
Yeah, I mean, it does, but it doesn't. You know, the dirt plays a huge factor, and I was honestly shocked by how grippy the dirt was. There's a lot of tackiness out here. When I was racing, I was sliding all over the place is what it felt like. But, man, 2-wheel was a blast. Are y'all having fun tonight? Let me hear ya.
Our last competition, freestyle, is coming up. Are you ready to rock and roll for freestyle?
I'm ready to rock and roll. Savannah, are you ready for some Monster Jam freestyle?
What a start to the night. What a start to the weekend here in Savannah, Georgia. Shout out to both of our winners. Of course, Tyler Menninga and Gravedigger from our first competition. And just from moments ago, John Zimmer Jr. and Terminal Velocity able to capture Great Clip's 2-Wheel Skills Challenge win number 4 in his abbreviated season. Right now, we have reached halftime. This is the perfect time to get out of your seats, stretch your legs, walk around the concourse, maybe even check out an official Monster Jam merchandise stand, but don't go too far because we're coming right back with more Monster Jam. And in the meantime, let's take a look up at the video board for some very special VIP fan messages.
TJ Tiffany. Again, they're going to continue on using these practice test ramps before they get into the best trick competition. Greg Duffy coming back around. Coming to you from Graysonville, Maryland. Only person to do a double front flip. TJ Tiffany representing Orlando, Florida, and did stunts in the Avenger Endgames, Bad Boy 3, and multiple Netflix televisions and movies. Brendan Reardon, we're going to come back around here. 28 years old, representing Jacksonville, Florida. Has 24 years of riding experience in your 2017 ISDE gold medalist. Nick Desmond, representing St. Augustine, Florida. 5th year pro, started with Monster Jam back in 2022 and rode for J-Day Off-Road. Greg Duffy here, first to ever front flip knack-knack and used to race for the Pro Nationals. And TJ Tiffany, your veteran Supercross rider. They're going to wrap things up here before we get into the best trick competition. Ensuring that they feel comfortable with whatever move they decide to do, whatever trick they decide to do, as well as showcase to you Savannah fans what they can do in the air. Let's make some noise for your freestyle motocross riders, Team US FMX. We are going to get into the best trick competition, and this is where you fans will crown a winner using judgeszone.com. You're going to be scoring just like you do for your Monster Jam drivers at judgeszone.com. You'll still have 20 seconds to lock in your fan score, and the code is still the same, SAB. You will decide the winner, and our freestyle motocross riders will only have one opportunity to throw down their best trick. So, are you ready for the best trick competition?
Well, it sounds like they're ready to me, so let's get this thing going. Your first competitor, make some noise for Brendan Reardon. Brendan Reardon, 28 years old from Jacksonville, Florida. 24 years of riding experience. So if you're doing the math, yes, he's been riding since he was 4 years old. He's also 2017 ISDE gold medalist. So let's see what the man has planned for us as he kicks it off in the FMX Best Trick competition. Here he goes.
Let's make some noise for Brendan Reardon, showcasing the cliffhanger move, and now it's time to get those scores locked in at judgeszone.com.
Brendan Reardon putting off that cliffhanger there. Fantastic move. Also, one of my favorite movies from the 80s. There you go, pulling it off right there. But what did you guys think about it? Lock in those scores. And the score for Brendan Reardon is 7.497. A solid score, kicking us off. Coming up next, give it up for Nick Desmond. Nick Desmond coming at you from St. Augustine, Florida. He's been riding for 18 years, but he's a 5th-year pro. Started in 2022, part of the Monster Jam Arena Tours. and has been traveling all over the world competing day in and day out. So let's see what Nick has planned for us right now. As I said, not too far away, St. Augustine, Florida has to top a score of 7.497. So he eyes it, he tries it, he buys it.
Let's hear it for Nick Desmond. Throwing down the Indy hard here in the best trick competition. Getting some extension off of the seat. As we take a look at the super glue, glued to the action replay. Get those scores locked in. You've got about 3 seconds left.
One-handed seat grab from Nick Desmond. Is it enough to take out Brendan Reardon? The score to beat is a 7.497. And the score for Nick Desmond is... He takes a lead, a 7.832. So your second competitor in the FMX Best Trick competition. But coming up next, it's Greg Duffy. Greg Duffy, your third competitor. He's the only person to do a double front flip. Now, I don't know if we're going to see that here today, but just super impressive that he was able to pull that off. Used to race pros nationally, and now he's here to bring some big air. Let him fly.
It is your double grab here for Greg Duffy. All right, now you know what to do. Those ribbon boards have turned red. That means you're officially on the clock right now. You've got about 12 seconds left as we take a look at the super glue, glued to the action replay, flying through the sky there, Greg Duffy.
Oh, yeah, my lower back hurts just on that move right there. He kicked those feet way back, man. That is the double-handed seat grab. We saw Nick Desmond do a one-handed seat grab, so will it be enough? Score to beat, 7.832. And the score for Greg Duffy is... taking the lead, 8.518. But we have one competitor remaining. Savannah, put your hands together for TJ Tiffany. TJ Tiffany, also a Florida boy from Orlando, Florida. This man is everywhere. Fantastic rider. I don't know if you know this. He did stunts in Avengers Endgames. He was in Bad Boys 3 and multiple Netflix series. So the man's been on movies, been on TVs, and now he's out here in Savannah. A veteran of Supercross, trying to take out a score of 8.518. Here he goes.
Make some noise for TJ Tiffany, throwing down the rock solid. Our last competitor here of our best trick competition. An 8-point fun does sound fun.
That was 8-point fun.
It did.
That was fun right there. You know, a rock solid from TJ Tiffany, letting go of the hands, flying through the sky and bringing it back down on that ramp. But is it enough to take out that spot? This score to beat, 8.518. Let's see, Savannah, what does y'all think? The score for TJ Tiffany is... you got your winner in the FMX Best Trick competition with a 9.019, TJ Tiffany. But, you know, Kay, these guys have been getting pretty loud. I think that we can do a little bit more. What do you think, Kay?
I definitely think so as well. Hey, Savannah, would you like to see some more freestyle motocross? Our four riders are going to take to the sky 3 more times in what we call a monster jam train. And they're going to go back to back to back to back 3 times. But they are fueled by your applause, by your cheers for as loud as you possibly can. We are gonna get set. As soon as you see that front tire hit that mat, I need this entire arena to get as loud as you can. We got our riders coming back around again for the second to last time here tonight. And I think you guys can get way louder than that. These freestyle motocross riders showcasing off what they can do here up in the sky. Savannah, are you ready to fly? TJ Tiffany, Brendan Reardon, Nick Desmond, and Greg Duffy, your freestyle motocross riders. One last time, they will take to the air tonight. Let's make some noise. Let's get loud. They're lining up for the very last time tonight. Get those pictures out, get those cell phones out, take those pictures, those videos. One last time for TJ Tiffany, Brendan Reardon, Nick Desmond, Greg Duffy, your freestyle motocross riders, Team US FMX.
Make some noise for the boys, Brendan Reardon, Nick Desmond, Greg Duffy, and your FMX Best Trick winner, TJ Tiffany. We're going to bring TJ Tiffany to the pod to catch up with Kay Young. Let's talk to him.
He carries on the momentum that he started last weekend, and here he is our first Best Trick competition winner. Congratulations. You are just continuing on what you did last week.
Oh man, it's absolutely awesome. We're out here, we're having fun. The bag had a little bit of an issue there. We got that handle. We came out here, we had a bet backstage where you do upright tricks only and see who came out on top, and I did, man. You guys are so loud out there, we can barely hear our bikes. You guys having fun or what?
They're definitely having fun, and congratulations to you. You know, you have got an incredible resume from doing stunts and movies and television shows, but how did you get involved in, and did you ever think that this bike would get you the career that you've had?
Absolutely not. This is a dream come true. I mean, I grew up riding dirt bikes as a little kid. Duffy and I have been battling on dirt bikes for 24 years now, and our mom and dad driving us to the track every day, and you know, we're homeschooled, and there's nothing better than peer pressure riding dirt bikes, because it's a good thing when you got friends like these guys, and getting to travel around the world with the Monster Jam family. It's a dream come true for sure.
You didn't want to play basketball. You didn't want to play baseball. I think hockey was out of the question. What made you want to ride motorcycles?
Oh man, there's nothing better. It's like pure joy. I don't think you can get any closer to flying than that rock solid trick out there, letting go and flying in the air. But there's nothing else like it. I can't beat it. We thank you guys so much for coming out here, spending your hard-earned money. Hope you all enjoy the rest of the show.
Congratulations. Let's make some noise for your Best Trick competition winner, TJ Tiffany.
But I think it's time for us to keep this event going, so I need your help for this one to kick off Monster Jam Freestyle. I need you to get out your phones, turn on your flashlights. Go ahead, turn them all on. There you go. I see some of y'all. Up, down, up, down, up, down. Keep it going. Savannah, it's now time for the pinnacle of the sport. It's Monster Jam Freestyle. That is how you kick off a competition. Make some noise. It's scoring is now open. Code is SAV at judgeszone.com. Savannah, it is all up to you. John, that was the highest I've seen a truck go tonight. That was amazing.
Logan Ashline leaving nothing held back, Ray, as she is flying through the sky here in the End Market Arena, testing the limits of the roof for sure. It is not an easy task to set off freestyle, but that's exactly what she did. Now let's see how high she set the bar. It is a very good ovation for that woman right there. Let's see your scores. A 6.895, very good indeed. That is your score to beat. We're going to keep things rolling right along with Alex Barton at Just Get Her Done 2.
Scoring is now open. Judgeszone.com. Lock in those scores for Get Her Done.
Alex Barton getting more and more comfortable every time he takes the wheel in Just Get Her Done 2. Of course, for the first time in his career, he piloted that Monster Jam truck last weekend in Duluth, Georgia. He's filling in for Brandon Toluchka, who is filling in for his sister Michaela Toluchka behind the wheel of Megalodon. So a little bit of Monster Jam musical chairs over the last couple weekends. Alex Barton settling in nicely here in Monster Jam Freestyle. Let's see your scores. A 6.029, close, but only enough for second place right now. Score to beat still with Monster Mutt Dalmatian. And here comes the aforementioned Brandon Toluchka Megalodon.
Scoring is now open. JudgesZone.com, and lock in those scores for Megalodon. Brandon Telechka just electric on the track and just tearing up that body, holding it together with electrical tape, John.
Yes, indeed. It's going to take a lot to put that body back together. Electrical tape, duct tape, zip ties, fiberglass resin, hopes, wishes, prayers, whatever it takes for the long weekend here. We're just getting started. Event number 1 of 5. And speaking of just getting started, Brandon Telechka looking great over the last 2 weekends behind the wheel of Megalodon. But will it be enough here to give him the top spot? Your score to beat 6.895. The score for Megalodon is... You're going to need a bigger boat. 7.447. New leader, Megalodon. He is your reigning, defending, freestyle World Finals champion, Tyler Meninga, Gravedigger. Make some noise for Gravedigger. They don't call him the black and green wrecking machine for nothing. What a run, what a wild ride. Kay Young, you've got a better seat than I do out there on the track. What did you see during that run?
Yeah, it's almost like I'm on the ground here, which I am. But what a run there from Tyler Meninga and Gravedigger. Just kind of made that belt, those back tires, right, the left side, excuse me, there. I don't think he really knew where he was on the track, and just a little tip over.
You know, it's interesting, Kay. I saw the same thing from my vantage point, where I'm so used to seeing Tyler Meninga be perfect, and if he's not perfect, he is able to save it anyway. I think he just lost sight of where he was out on the track, like you said. But in the meantime, we got to check in with the fan score right now. The score to beat 7.447. Your score for Gravedigger is... Look at that score! And listen to the ovation to go with it. Tyler Meninga now in your top spot.
Well, you know, we have action on the track, but I got to check in with the fans one more time. And, you know, I'm over here with my friend. This is Aisha. Everybody say hi, Aisha. Aisha, you having a pretty good time?
Yeah, it's fun out here.
What's been your favorite part so far?
Gravedigger.
That was pretty sweet, right? Well, he's on all 4 BKT tires. Y'all make some noise for Tyler Meninga, Gravedigger. But, Aisha, this is your moment to shine. We're going to play a game called Finish the Lyric. Do you think you can finish this lyric?
Yes, I can. I think I can.
All right, well, let's go ahead. We'll talk to our DJ. Says he has a song ready. let's give Aisha something to sing as they finish the lyric. Let's go. And y'all could help them out.
Let it go. Let it go. I'm not holding it back anymore.
Y'all give it up for Aisha. I see you, Aisha. Well, you know what? I got something for you for hanging out with us so much time. This is another Spin Master for you. So we hope that we'll see you out here again. You know, we gotta hear you sing next time. You think you'll come back out?
I got you.
All right, well, there you have it. Make some noise for Aisha, and that was Finish the Lyric. We still have some more Monster Jam action coming your way, so don't let it go yet. Let it go. Let it go. We'll be right back. Let's go.
When I look out during that giveaway, I think that was a Spin Master Scoops Monster Jam truck toy, and it's the perfect time to shout out the recovery team and the JCB Dirt Squad one more time here tonight. Monster Jam fans, if you are ready for an exciting chance to win a ride-along with a JCB children's toy, you can. Here's how you got to enter. It is so easy. First, make sure that you're following JCBNA Instagram account. That's the JCB North America Instagram handle. Then, snap a photo with a JCB logo or a machine in it. Now might be a great time to do it while it's out on the track, and post it to your social media accounts. Make sure to tag JCBNA in your post so that everybody can see the fun that you're having here at Monster Jam. Use the hashtags JCB Digatron and JCB so that JCB can find your post. And here's a bonus: if you post it to your story and as an in-feed post with the same criteria, you will get an extra entry. So what are you waiting for? Put your smiles on and join in the fun with Monster Jam and JCB. Speaking of fun, we're going to keep the good times rolling, this time with John Zimmer and Uproar.
Scoring is now open. Savannah, you guys know what to do. JudgesZone.com. Once again, that code is SAV. And lock in those scores for Uproar.
Time is winding down, not only at JudgesZone.com, because you know that 20 seconds can just fly on by, but it is winding down in the freestyle competition and the event here tonight. We're getting closer to crowning a freestyle winner and, of course, an overall event champion. So your scores still as crucial as ever as you are punching in those numbers for Uproar and the veteran John Zimmer. Did he do enough to take over that top spot? He is dealing with a big number. Gravedigger putting on a clinic just moments ago. Let's see your scores for Uproar. 6.731, a good score, but that is not going to get it done here tonight. Score to beat still Tyler Meninga and Gravedigger. Here comes Tristan England in the JCB Digatron.
Scoring is now open. JudgesZone.com, lock it in for JCB Digatron.
JCB Digatron, Gravedigger going head to head all night long, and it is no different here in the freestyle competition. Tyler Menninga, Tristan England started in Monster Jam at the same time. They competed all year long on Stadium Championship Series East, and now we're getting a little bit of a rematch here this weekend in Savannah, Georgia. Each one trying to not be outdone by the other. A great run from Tristan England, but was it a first place run? Score to beat is big time, 9.651. Your score for JCB Digatron is not quite enough yet again. Tristan England can only shrug as if to say, what else do I gotta do? 9.172. Second place, score to beat, Gravedigger. Here comes John Zimmer Jr., Terminal Velocity. Hang on just a second. The clock is paused with 49 seconds in total for Terminal Velocity. He has done enough to get a score at JudgesZone.com. If it comes to that, you can see one of our tech officials out there trying to diagnose that truck. But inside the cab, you can see he is starting to unstrap, and that means the run is over.
That's unfortunate. Score to beat. The scoring is now open. Head on over to JudgesZone.com. lock in those scores. You know, John, he's such a fantastic driver out there, one of the youngest in the field. He definitely puts on amazing runs. That's not how he wants to finish out this competition.
Absolutely not. I think you nailed it when you said unfortunate. He's so competitive. Of course, his dad, John Zimmer Sr., 24 years behind the wheel of a monster truck. So it literally runs in his blood, and that's how he is able to drive like somebody who is well beyond his years, young John Zimmer Jr. So not the way he wants to go out, but the best part is, Ray, he's got 4 more opportunities to throw down a burner here in freestyle. Let's see your scores for terminal velocity. 5.533. That's not going to be nearly enough here tonight. So, of course, your score to beat will continue to belong to Tyler Meninga and Gravedigger. Okay, once again, hard to tell from all the way up here. I'm not sure if you have any insider information from any of the technicians as to what was going on with terminal velocity, but like me and Ray said, unfortunate for John Zimmer Jr. right there.
I'm going to speculate, John, that it's probably going to have to do something with the planetary. Just looking at that landing there, though, and especially him getting hooked and looking at those tires right now, so that's what I'm going to speculate, but of course, we won't find out until we talk to him.
Absolutely not, and you know, like I said, it's just... It's bad news. It's not the way that any competitor wants to go out. You know, sometimes you'll roll over, Kay, in freestyle, but when your truck just kind of peters out there and dies on the line, that's not what anybody wants to deal with.
Well, and also all these fans and need to keep in mind that this truck is only 9 months old. It was built in January, so you would think like, oh, it's a brand new vehicle. Like when you get your brand new vehicle, you kind of have to continue to drive it slow, just make sure that everything's all right, and then you really kind of go out to those long drives. Maybe you take it across country, but you never drive a vehicle, right, as soon as out the gate on a long drive. So that's exactly what he and his father have been doing, especially with Uproar. These trucks are only 9 months old. So when they first got the trucks, it was a lot of testing. It was a lot of making sure that everything's good to go, a lot of making sure that things were going to be all right, especially everything being brand new, new chassis, new engine, everything. So keeping that in mind, this is still a brand new truck as we see his father, John Zimmer, going out to look at the truck.
Of course, not only is it a new truck, Uproar a new truck as well. Send It Motorsports really now becomes the baby of both father and son there for John Zimmer Sr. and John Zimmer Jr. And you can see it's become an all-hands-on-deck situation with the JCB Dirt Squad. That means terminal velocity just not moving at all, Kate. It looks completely locked up from where I'm sitting.
It is. So I just talked to our USHRA safety official, and he said that they believe that it is a planetary, meaning that when you open up the hub, there's a planetary gear in there. There's a sun gear, and then it rotates around, there's 3 gears that rotate around the sun gear, and that's what helps drives power from the engine to the drive shaft into those axles and inner and outer axles through that housing, right? And then that's what helps turn these massive Monster Jam tires, right? So that planetary is the system, is the gear system to continue to move those tires, and you can see how locked up it is right now.
12,000 pounds, and when it's not going to turn on its own, this is what you have to do. You kind of have to force it along. And like you said, Kay, we can only speculate. So in the meantime, Monster Jam fans, let's give one more shout out to the JCB Dirt Squad working so hard. And of course, that means Low Country JCB for giving us all the equipment all weekend long to keep Monster Jam moving. And in this case, quite literally for terminal velocity and John Zimmer Jr. We take a look up at the video board. You see only one empty space on the freestyle leaderboard, and that's going to come down to our final competitor. But right now, Gravedigger above them all, 9.651 with just one competitor left. And here comes that final competitor. He is coming off of Beck back-to-back overall event championships last weekend, multiple freestyle wins, and here he comes, Tony Oaks, Thunder Roris.
Savannah, for the last time tonight, scoring is now open. You know what to do, judgeszone.com, code SAV, and help us crown our overall event champion. It is up to you. Scoring is now open.
Tony Oaks leaves Thunder Roris to another big ovation. He's going to fall a little short of that overall event championship here tonight, but still a very good run and a very good night that he can be proud of. Now it's going to come down to your scores. Remember how tight things were for that overall event championship. First, let's see the scores for Thunder Roris. Good, but not good enough. Third place, and that means your freestyle winner is Gravedigger. He adds those 8 points, but wasn't enough for the overall event championship. You can see the point totals on the board, 22 in all. Your overall event champion is... It is one in the same Tyler Menninga, Gravedigger.
Congratulations there from Tristan England and JCB Digatron handing off the overall event trophy. Congratulations. What a way to start off a very long weekend by capturing the overall.
Yeah, you know what? This feels awesome. Taking these home, my first time here at Savannah. Man, what a pleasure it is. You fans are awesome out here. But you know what? These trophies are great and all, but what really brings it out for me is seeing all you guys coming out here, having a good time at Monster Jam, getting loud, getting crazy, and I can promise you guys one thing. I will always drive that truck as hard as I can. As long as I'm driving Gravedigger, baby, I'm here to pay it back to you fans for supporting that truck for over 40 years. Savannah, man, it has been a pleasure tonight. I can't wait to come back next year, and I will see you guys later. I love you guys. Thank you.
Congratulations, of course, to Tyler Menninga and Gravedigger, overall event championship number 37 on the year, Ray. That is from his stadium series and everything he's done here in the summer and fall. And I just want to point out, I did pick Tyler Menninga and Gravedigger to win here tonight.
Yeah, and I picked Tristan England, JCB Digatron. He came up short in almost every competition. You saw the frustration on his face, but when love is at the end, he goes out there on the pod, celebrates with Tyler Menninga. So congratulations, but you know, these are some fantastic drivers out here, man. It was so much fun to watch, Sean.
It absolutely was. They're great friends off the track, great competitors on the track. And we are only just getting started here, Savannah. You can come on back tomorrow night, Sunday night. We got 4 more big-time events, and we're going to be here with you throughout each and every single one of them. For Ray Villarreal and Kay Young, I'm John Sapanaro. We hope you had fun, and we'll see you at the next Monster Jam.